Hi, and welcome to X over Infinity. I am going to prove the immortal soul. I am going to prove the afterlife. I'm going to pretty much prove reincarnation. Here's the thing, this is a solipsistic proof. I believe I'm saying that wrong. Solipsistic. Solipsistic. Not sure exactly how you say that, but close enough. This means this is about what can be absolutely known as an individual, as an entity, from a subjective point of view. This is not a scientific proof. This is not a reasoned proof about life. This is about you and what you can absolutely know to be true. Okay. So, absolutely proof, absolutely not proof. Seems simple enough. Let's move on. You are a human. You have a mind. You feel and think and do. This is all the human element. The entity, the being in the human being element is the experiencer. It sits quietly and passively behind your mind, that is behind your eyes, and watches your mind think. It also experiences time, the entity's time, not the mind's time, not objective time, but the entity's time. You relive your life again, now to now too. Now to now too. Your mind's time says they are the same two moments, or the same two sets of two moments. Your entity sees one set, and it becomes the past. The other is yet in the future. Then it sees the second set, and they both become the past, permanently, irrevocably, absolutely. You can see this to be absolutely true. Now is before now. And now, those two are both forever in your past, even if you relived that experience over and over again. And you might relive it over and over again. An objective time keeps resetting. They're not correlated. Look at a gnat. It experiences a different flow of time. Ancestors experienced their beginning and went through and died. You will too. Assuming they're separate entities, the eternity leading up to their birth seemed to go by instantly, assuming they didn't exist before that. And then they existed, and then they poof off into nothingness. Very short lifespan, gone in an instant in eternity from your point of view. They just weren't, weren't, all at once. From your point of view, if you face oblivion, you will cease to be, and everything will cease to be. And there will be nothingness. Assuming you face oblivion, you have a limited amount of time as an entity. Let's call this X. X over infinity. All of your infinite potential past and infinite potential future being the denominator, the lower number. X over infinity. Infinity isn't a number, it is a set. It is a never-ending, ever-growing set. So, you're not supposed to divide by it, but let's do it anyway. What it means is, compared to eternity, you cease to exist. When your time runs out, you don't exist anymore. Compared to eternity, you don't exist. Just as one moment doesn't exist compared to time, you don't exist compared to eternity, no matter how long you exist, if you face oblivion. If you take a half of a step back, you watch eternity crush you. your life so big, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Just like that. And infinity just keeps going. Look at it go. It's gone. You are eternal. Or like your ancestors, like the people in the future who don't exist yet in objective time. You will start to exist, continue to exist, cease to exist, and forever no longer exist. This moment your entity is in, no matter how many times you've lived or haven't, this moment you are in right now has tasted eternity, and it still exists. I am still here. You are still here. And that is hopeful, because that means that whatever beginning, whatever preface has finished by now to you, and you are in an eternal existence that is a stable pattern in the infinite. And that means reincarnation is the only reasonable conclusion. And there may be other things in between lives, but you will have another life if this life ends. And why would you become him and not her? Why would you become a dog and not a cat? Why would you go left instead of right? There's a pattern. There's an unknown. There's a mystery, and it's a mystery of existence as an entity. It's in the pattern of the entity that this pattern exists. And that entity just might be invested in you. It's a possibility, one of many, but there's hope. There's hope, and you are still here.